Ahoy, fellas. Joey's gonna win at your service. The good news, I just got back from a jog around the block. Bad news, I feel like I just got back from a jog around the block. Man, I'm really not enjoying the jogs, but I have to do them. I'm gonna move this so that this isn't quite as... Have to do them, which is why I do them. Today, biceps. Like I said, I wanted to do a reset on my schedule so that I wasn't starting off biceps in the middle of the week. I won't be going as insane as last time. Sorry, I won't be going quite as insane as last time. So I'll say 3 sets of 10 at 15 pounds, and then some sets of 25. So let's get started. So, unfortunately, the jog has not gotten easier yet. Kind of tying into what I said last week during shoulders. Where it's going to take a while. It's not you do it for a week and then you're up to snuff, you know. You're not gonna work out a little bit and then all of a sudden become, I don't know, Herculean in your strength. 15s. It takes a while. That includes the cardio. I thought I was actually doing pretty good, but then I turned the third corner, almost at the home stretch, and I just had to slow down to a walk for 30 seconds. And I'm not sure if it was necessarily my legs or if it was necessarily my chest or obviously some combination of the two, but you know, it's gonna be a while before I can do the entire the entire block just fine. Then after I can do the entire block, and I can do that pretty consistently without getting out of breath, then I'm gonna upgrade to 2 blocks. Again, I'm not sure how long that's going to take, but you know, it's something. It's something to keep in mind. That's just the general plan. Even though I would prefer to have, you know, timetables and all that stuff, all that good stuff. But, you know, that's where we're at now. Classes start back up today. I have some readings I need to finish. Shouldn't be too bad. This weekend there's an event going on over in New Jersey for I think it's a lamp working convention or whatever, or at least borosilicate. I'm not entirely sure, but that's basically what's going on. So once I have a few more of the details, I'll let you guys know, but I'm probably going to be going to that. That would be Friday. I don't know the exact details. I'll explain more in a minute. There we go. It's kind of weird doing the low weights as a warm-up and not as a shredding section. You know what I mean? I'm used to just going until I'm almost exhausted and doing that 3 times and then doing the heavyweight. This feels like a traditional, all right, let's do some warm-ups, let's do a nice warm-up set. Which I suppose is actually really good because all the blood, you know, is going to my legs after that jog, less so to my arms. So working my arms that good bit, starting to get the blood flowing to there as well, letting my body know that I'm using these muscles now. Back to the lamp working thing. I believe I have reason to believe that it's supposed to be an overnight thing, or maybe a, you know, once a day because it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday that it's going on. But I don't think it's staying overnight. But if it is, then I just want to let you guys know. I'll still find out more details, but I'll let you guys know probably in tomorrow's tomorrow's video. This episode in the Idiot Chronicles, Joey jogs for some reason. I'll let you guys know what I can find out for those days, because depending on when we have to leave, you know, when everything starts, the workouts might be different, or the videos might not be able to appear at all if I have to stay overnight, because I won't have my weights with me. I'm not carrying 50 pounds with me wherever I go. Why? I'm not doing that. I'm not even gonna make a joke about that. I ain't fucking doing that. But yeah. So I'll let you guys know. I do have a coffee ready. And my creatine is sat there. I'm going to see if letting it sit in that warmer water, letting it dissolve and kind of mature a bit will help it. Well, is what caused it to be rather pleasant yesterday. And if not, then I'll just slug it down. Because I didn't break up the mix this time like I usually do, you know. Half a scoop, water, drink, then half a scoop, water, drink. It's all in there, full scoop. But yeah. I think that's everything for this weekend. if it's not a stayover thing, I'll just have to wake up earlier. And my workouts might be slightly different just because I'm waking up earlier, I'm going to be more tired. Ooh. Now we go up to 25s. What did I do last time? I did 8, so I'll do 10 since I'm not nearly as exhausted. I have my rescheduled thesis review for 2 weeks from now. On a Monday. And I think I'll have all the pieces that I'll want for that. Damn it, I should have ordered what are those little electronic candles? I know they're a kind of light, but what kind of lights? I just had the word in my head, damn it. Blood's going everywhere but to my brain right now. Tea lights, little electronic tea lights, that's it. I think I'll need those for my review because I'm just going to, in order to make sure I have enough work, and this is something that I kind of learned, that I didn't want to do, but it seems like I'm going to be forced to do it, is ass pull. So, what I remember last semester, that's a lot of pain. I remember what I had wanted to do for my exhibition show was kind of a showcase of techniques that I've learned, a showcase of methods that I have learned while at Temple for working glass. Oh my god. I could probably get this out. Not now though. I'm gonna pick at it though. A showcase of techniques that I've learned. Showing off various different methods to do things. Various different effects that can be acquired. Things like that. That's what I had wanted to do. And my professor told me, no, that's too weak. And I thought, wow, fuck you. Everyone's always like, oh, you gotta express yourself. But Joey, that's too weak. Okay, so now I'm doing something about perspective. So now, in order to make sure I have enough pieces, I'm going to need to play with that because it's not just, physical perspective, but it's also, the metaphorical or the figurative perspective. Maybe I can't get this all out. That sort of figurative perspective, So as long as I can be just abstract enough, but still cohesive, I should be fine. It's not the type of work I usually like. I enjoy, vessel work. I enjoy some uh, playing with fantastic patterning and all that. Um, or at least trying to and figuring out how to, with a lot of veiled cane and all that good stuff. Oh, there's an idea. But yeah, so I'm just going to have to do things where, well, from most perspective, it would be this, but from another perspective, with this little bit of context, all of a sudden it changes, stuff like that. Which isn't really a quote-unquote ass pull, as I had put it, but it's still a bit. I like not having meaning behind my work. I like having as little meaning or personal stuff behind my work as possible, because personally I think fantastic work doesn't necessarily need to be explained as much, right? You take a beautiful Venetian goblet, right? There's no story behind that besides that of the technique that went into it. And if that's the case, now we have to have an entire history lesson, right? Going back hundreds of years, a good many hundreds of years, in fact, to the mid-second millennium, because we're in the third one now. Because ultimately that's where it all goes back to, the at least the Venetian techniques. So, you could explain all that, or you could understand that there is a lot of history behind it and simply enjoy the piece as it is, right? Admire the technique, all the little bits and bobbles, the frills, all that stuff. I love that. And that stuff doesn't necessarily need to tell a story. If I wanted to tell a story, I'd be an author. Or I'd play D&D, which I do. But in terms of, creating work, I don't create work to tell a story. I create work to create something beautiful. To preserve technique, kind of like the same reason why I practice martial arts. To preserve the technique, to learn, to better myself, to better my physical capabilities, my technical capabilities, my mental capabilities, all that stuff. And you could say that that is the story. Well, sure. That's behind the artist, not the art itself. And you could say that that does apply to the art. And then I'll say, all right, well, then there you go. But you don't really... Anyone can appreciate the idea behind hard work. Because I see people make stuff that's so personalized, and I think, man, I don't really care. Right? Because how could I? I don't know your life. It's not my life. I'm focused on my life. Do you want me to cry alongside you? You're in art school. Sometimes it feels more like the people in art school want to be more psychology majors than actual, artists. His big sting is going to be the biggest pain of all. What the little one. That's ultimately what it boils down to for me. The first set, I already wrote it down. Sometimes I forget. But that's what it usually seems like to me. And I don't want to be a psychologist, because otherwise, or I don't care about the psychology. I don't care about necessarily the philosophy. I care about philosophy, but you know, that's not what it's all about, man. Ooh, I just remembered. So I was looking over here at Mitchell's workout book here. And I don't know if you're watching this, Mitchell, or not, but I usually say, you may have heard this before, me saying to him, you know, today you're gonna just be focusing on joints, right? Because, you know, your joints need to be able to hold up in order to do heavier weights. So we need to strengthen those by doing low weight, high reps. Another reason why I do low weight, high reps during my workouts. I'm gonna have my creatine now. So I tell them, you know, again, we're just gonna be focusing on your joints. We're not gonna be building muscle mass. Maybe it's just because I had coffee. I don't know. Could be either. But yeah, what I basically mean is you're focusing on joints, not muscles right now. You're focusing on low weight, high rep, not high weight, low rep. And I just checked his book. Pretty much every workout of his except is labeled as joints. So I'll need to let him know, like, no, you misunderstand. This isn't. Working your joints isn't like its own separate workout. We're doing biceps, but focusing on the joint, focusing on the elbows. You know, we're doing shoulders, focusing on the joint, not the muscle. I didn't realize that was a point of confusion. So if anybody else is watching and wants the clarification, anytime I say joints, that's not the area we're working. We're working the joints in the respective area. Today I'm working biceps. If Mitchell was here, he would be working biceps, focusing on strengthening his joints. Low weight, high reps. When you're squatting or going for a jog, actually I'll just stick to, when you're squatting and you do a lower weight, or you're just squats, that mostly is good for the joints. Because I'm looking here, bicep curls. He's labeled as joints. Shoulder press, he's labeled as shoulders. So, you know, he's got that. Shrugs is also grouped as shoulder. He misspelled, he forgot the U in shoulders. Okay. Yo, Hunter. Yo, Hunter, you're not the only guy who can't spell while working out. I couldn't help myself, sorry. Decline push-ups, he's still labeled as core, so that's good. Wait, he labeled push-ups as core. Push-ups are chest. This motion, we use chest. Same with chest flies are chest. Core is below chest, right? Chest, core. Lower back, upper back, middle back is in there. That's actually pretty tricky to work. Usually it gets worked whenever you work upper or lower back, or upper and lower back. Kind of collateral style, but yeah. So, he also hasn't worked out since the 21st of February. We need to change that. Everyone go to Zycron Live on twitch.tv and tell him he needs to work out more with Joey. Oh, last set. Let's finish out strong. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. I got time, but I need to finish some reading. I need to eat too. And Mitchell, if you are watching it, I don't think he does. I don't think he does. If he does, hoorah. But, you know, if you are watching that, join me for another workout, man. You haven't worked out in like 20 days. All that progress that we had been working towards is gone. And I know you haven't been working out on your own because you left your workout book. That was not as gently placed as I had hoped it would be. I guess I'm a bit tired. So yeah, that's pretty much the rundown for everything right now. Yeah. Tomorrow should be triceps, as per usual. Working all of the nearby, all the interconnected muscles closely to each other so that they're tired, so I can focus on the compound groups. Yeah. With that being said, thank you for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I hope that... Oh, excuse me. That was the creatine. Oh, interrupted my spiel. I hope to see you here again, and I hope you have a good night.